I think the PA might not be working here. Can you hear me out there? Okay. The reason we are gathered here today, the purpose is to change the marijuana laws in the United States of America. That includes the industrial applications of hemp. What made it possible for us to be here is one simple thing. The Constitution of the United States of America with its Bill of Rights. That is the only goddamn reason that we are here. The only reason that we are here, because we are protected by the Constitution of the United States of America as a political First Amendment protected event. Let's honor that by leaving this park spotless, by looking at... We're going to bust our ass to make sure that everybody gets their chance to speak and play. That's why I'm going to shut up. You've heard enough from me. I'm going to give you a man who's done more for the hemp mercantile movement in America than anybody that I know of. The best hemp merchandise that I own, and I've bought plenty, has come from the Ohio Hempery. And that's why I have a great pleasure to introduce you, Mr. Don Wirtschafter from the Ohio Hempery.
Hello, Seattle. Hey, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to see the crowd starting to appear. I think we're almost to the point where we have more people here than cops, right? Now you gotta count the fact that maybe a third of the people that look like people are undercover cops, right? And everybody who's dealing here is a cop, right? Right? Okay? And it's us in our power, and we have to take it back. It's no longer possible for them to come in this crowd and start picking us off one by one and hauling us away. Right? Okay? Hey, this is a very auspicious month. It's 60 years since August 1937 when they took this incredible plant away from us because it made such incredible industrial raw materials. It had nothing to do with drugs. And it's 30 years ago since the Summer of Love when we chose this plant to be our mantelpiece, right? This is a symbol of our generations. And Nixon and Reagan and Bush tried to use this plant as a wedge to divide our country and to get down on the counterculture. And we're sick and tired of it, right? So good. 25 years since we passed the decriminalization law in Oregon. And what does the Oregon legislature do last month? They made marijuana a crime again in Oregon, except the people are getting the signatures, and we're going to wipe that act of the legislature out by our own petitioning powers. It's been 5 years since we've had such a strong hemp movement and such a strong medical marijuana movement, such a strong feature movement, and all these other movements that are in this coalition. Everybody here today has got a reason to be here because this is such an amazing plant, and this is such an outrage what they're doing to us over it. Everybody, I'm now on the board of NORML, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And I urge you to join NORML. We got the NORML rising from the Phoenix. For the last 10 years, NORML has been pretty incapacitated by its own internal struggles and
come to give thanks and praise to the true and living one of creation, who has bestowed upon us these blessings of abundance, of the spirit, of music, of our hearts beating as one heartbeat. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Jah, and the Word is Jah Rastafari. Going out again, bust it. Babylon, feel this one. We are Bushman. We come out in public in the fresh air and we burn ganja 24/7, 365. Word is a tune from 1967. Smoke the pipe. Come give me indica, me smoke the pipe. Come give me indica, me smoke the pipe. I saw me like it, pass it up, pass it up. I saw me like it, pass it up, pass it up. Me red, well red, red, I say me dread, well dread. Dread, I'm a owl, papa, owl, owl. Everyone indica, me smoke me pipe. Come give me indica, me smoke me pipe. Come give me indica, me smoke me pipe. I saw me like it, pass it up, pass it up. I saw me like it, pass it up, pass it up. Red, well, red, red, I say me dread, well, dread. Dread, I dread, mama, ow, papa, ow, ow. Easy like Hager and the one blue. Easy like Gaskin. Mr. Daddy Lamb. Let's hear for Daddy Lamb on the trombone.
May the blessings of love rest upon you. May love's peace abide in you. May love's presence illuminate your heart now and forever. Thank you, that was beautiful.
All kinds of action working up for you up backstage. Some of you heard the sound check of Fishbone. And those brothers are going to tear the house down. Yes. How we doing? I can't hear from the people in the back. Let me hear from everybody in the back. How you doing? Right on. Support your local vendors. Yes, what goes around comes around. So don't ball guard. Don't hide it, divide it. And that will multiply it. Yes. All right. Yes. Yes. He's feeling good. He's feeling high from the good vibrations. We're going to take a short break over here. DJ, why don't you play a couple of tunes while the next band gets warmed up. The 420 Cannabis Cup is not to be missed. Hot, hot, hot. With John Treadell and many more surprise guests. Camp to a big tractor. If you got those bikes, you have to move them now because they're going to be moved for you. Raffle winners, go to Cloud 10 to pick up your giveaway, vapor giveaway. Are you ready, you winners? Listen up for your name. Melissa Medina, Joel Swafford, Obi, Ruff Goodman, David Benjamin. Those are the winners. Go to Cloud 10. It sounds like you should go to Cloud 9, but Cloud 10 will do for now. Tracy from Florence, up to the stage. Your ride is leaving now, young man. And now, introducing to you the one and only Phoenix! Hey, how's everybody doing? Listen, I came here about 10 days ago. I don't know what happened. I fell asleep in the back of a car. And when I woke up, I was in the middle of this field here. But I didn't see anything here except a two-story pile of twisted metal wreckage and wood. A big
garbage pit piled in the center of the field. And there was about 50 hippies here. And they said, we got to take this 2-story pile of wrecked garbage and get it off this field and build hippie Disneyland. Woo! And I said, 50 hungry, starving, poverty-stricken hippies? We can't do that. But you know what? The next day, we had 100 hippies. And the day after that, we had 200 hippies. And the day after that, we had 300 hippies. And I know you're out there. Raise your hands if you moved that garbage pile. Come on, who helped move the garbage?
Right on, right on.
I've been here 10 days.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you.
Where's all the crew? They're all working. These are just people goofing off. It's okay. You can have fun anyway. Anyway, I guess I worked so hard. I don't think I slept more than 3 hours in 10 days. But I want your opinion. Did we get hippie Disneyland built?
Yeah.
You know, we're all going around saying we all the time. I just want you to know that Ken Babs of the Merry Pranksters thought that whole thing up. And the Merry Pranksters are my biggest role model in the world. Highest respect to Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters. I want to hear a big ho for Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters. God, I wish they were here. But they had to go to Europe for some stupid Babylon record company. So they're not here in the New Jerusalem with us. But there's another group that showed up instead of them. And I want you to welcome right now the Green Vipers!
How many of you know why old dope smokers were called vipers in the 20s? I'm going to teach you the Green Viper salute. It's this.
I'm the white guy, and they told me to talk to you guys.
So when you see somebody walking around with a green mask on, you say, let's all try it together.
They told me to check with the camera people in this booth. Okay.
Again, we can do better than that. Imagine you're pulling in something large.
Okay. I checked with you guys.
We're blowing it out.
Yeah, we guys don't know why either.
I think it gets dark.
I'll be running the lights, so I won't be able to. So if you have any information for me,
Okay, that's
let me know
close.
before it gets dark.
The Green Vipers has come about because we've learned a few things in the last few weeks. Out of the fair, what we learned was, don't do it in their face. A smart thing. That's revolutionary. It's one of the most important things you can learn is how to grovel. You've got to grovel a little bit. You got to look down at your toes and you got to say, oh, shucks, officer. It was his. It wasn't mine. You got to learn to grovel because the revolution is more important than the damn ego. Grovel when you have to. It takes nothing off of you. You're still the same inside. Don't get up in people's faces and get busted. That means that all they do, they got one of you. Say, no, we don't smoke. No. Lenny Bruce, as Krasner used to say, Lenny Bruce said that if your wife comes in and finds you on the floor on top of a naked woman, and she says, what are you doing? You never say, I'm screwing this woman. No. You say, no. She came in here naked and crazy, and I'm holding her down, and I'm trying to heat her up with body warmth. You don't tell the cops the truth. Grovel. You grovel. It's easily done. There's 2 or 3 things that have happened just this year like this. The thing at the fair, it was great. It was great. People were talking about the magic, and that is because that whole town there wants us to bend over a little for them.
Yeah.
And we can do it. We can get away with it.
That's right.
It doesn't take anything off of us. No. But the most profound thing, by far, for those of you who aren't in the area and know what's happened, a guy named Major, Norm Major, an elk, who had been having operations every year. Logger jumped out of a tree, drove his knee into his hip. They had to cut him off at the haunch. For 30 years, they've been giving him pills and drugs and morphine and this stuff. Finally, a couple years ago, somebody gave him a joint. He felt better. I mean, this is one of those things that's hard for the establishment to recognize, is that sometimes when you smoke a little grass, you feel better. And this is a profound thing to them. And they always want to, when somebody's hurting, it's easy to tell when you stop hurting that you're feeling better. So they busted him, they busted his wife, they took his house,
Killed his dog.
They fined him a big bunch of money. He's up to $30,000 to get his house back. And we're circulating these petitions under the name of the Green Viper Corps. Medical marijuana is at the door. Everybody is now. This is cut across all the angles.
Yes.
My mom, my famous mom, is circulating a petition for the legalization of medical marijuana.
Yeah.
She's an elk. I mean, her husband's an elk. My mom's husband is large in the elk thing. And I kept thinking, Jesus Christ, you know, you elks, why don't you go to this guy's rescue?
No.
They did.
Yes.
About 2 days ago, I was over at their house, and there was a call came in, and there was this guy, Norm Major, who was calling and saying he had just been asked to resign from the Elks.
Dear brother, will you please leave?
So, because he was smoking grass that he grew in his basement. And no, you're not supposed to smoke grass, especially if you're an elk.
Elks
And
don't.
had you heard
They
this?
eat grass.
My mom said, I can't believe it. And Ed said, I'm resigning. I'm resigning from the Elks. Now, when you get isn't that good to have Ed doing that?
Back him up.
When you get my mom and my stepfather, whatever,
My brother.
and his brother, all of these people resigning from the Elks to protest what the Elks aren't doing,
Yes.
then this is the time to make our move.
It is. We're going to remove that Elks building from Centennial.
We've been circulating this petition. We don't have a big batch of them. Anything anybody can write saying we're for medical marijuana and send it to the Register Guard, not to the governor, not to the Attorney General, and certainly not to the DA. They're trying to kick the DA out because he did 6 bad things in the last year. Bad things.
Not just in the last year.
And when this came about, all the things that kind of been vacillating here in Lane County, they finally said, okay, that's it. Even my granddaughter, 7 years old, she says, you mean they won't let him take this stuff and it stops him from hurting? I said, yeah. She said, that's not right. It's not right. And that gives us a toehold.
And right here are the very petitions.
And we'll circulate those amongst you with some of the Green Viper glasses. This over here is for major change. These famous Green Viper glasses can be bought for anything that doesn't jingle, because they cost 68 cents for them to do. But I would like to see a bunch of us at some time go down to the main steps of the Harris Hall in Eugene, and all of us be wearing green glasses. So we can all be standing. We don't have to say anything. We don't have to get angry at it. We just have to wear the green glasses. Okay.
I'd give a buck.
Old Stephen Gaskin up here is giving a buck. You go, oh, I count old Steve.
Right over here, Steve.
Where's your glasses, Murph?
Well, they're right here.
Oh, yeah. So anybody out there who wants green glasses, wave. She's going to come out there, and while we're getting the next band ready to come on, we're going to do a cautionary tale. We wrote it on the way here.
All right. This is very cautionary, and it also has a moral, so I want you to pay close attention. Okay.
Under. Just for, you know,
A guitar.
the sake of the bit, I think. Yes, I give a buck.
Either one, electric or whatever. Somebody loan me a
You're
guitar.
gonna have to head down there, I'm afraid, Jeannie. Oh, no. you
And
want
this
to
song
try?
this will be a song. We've been on the road with the bus all the way back to Cleveland and all over the back Midwest and going toward the east. Everywhere you go, there are more of us than we know. We're contacting each other out over the internet, and everywhere that bus stopped, there were more and more people. If they didn't have to say they were for something or against something, just there, and that was, it was obvious what it meant. Every kid knows it. It means just like fireworks, it's like a flag. It's like something that comes up and makes everybody grin. All of the people of Bonita, at this last run through Bonita, the townspeople were grinning. They had made some money. It was wonderful. They were drawn in to the thing. They don't have to smoke dope to get on it. But what we're talking about is psychedelics. What we're talking about is psychedelics. We're talking about changing our soul right at the root of it. And you can't do this without a little help. There's a lot of other ways you can sit on top of a mountain and meditate for 30 years and not drink any water. You can see people do it. I'll take psychedelics. Now see, I can say that because you ain't sure who I is.
No, it is the Viper.
We're in disguise here.
And if not only have I got
Where are my green glasses?
this saddle.
Looks like they left some parts off that guitar.
Woo, that was Kimona 117 on the vocals. Let's give her a big woo! Now we have a very special guest speaker. He is one of the forerunners of the hemp movement. Many, many years ago, he wrote a famous book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes. Hey, let's hear it, everybody. Jagger! 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 Okay, he's going to talk to us today, so we're very lucky. Let's have a big, warm round of applause for Jagger.
For those of you that were here yesterday, you all know that you recriminalized pot here in Oregon. They won't hear you. Your booze won't count. Your opinion won't count unless you register to vote. Every one of you that are here in the audience from Oregon, you need to register to vote. Those that say don't get on the vote, let the government find out where you are. They already know where you are. It's on your driver's license. You've got to register to vote and vote these bastards out. Otherwise, you're going to go to jail, you're going to lose your car, you're going to do something worse, you're going to start getting violation after violation. Oregon was the first state to decriminalize marijuana in 1972. They never taught us in school the information that we should have learned, that they taught us about cotton and wheat and barley and flax and jute and sisal, but the number one fiber crop and the number one business of the world until this century was hemp. And they've never put it into our books. Part-time, after your regular job or school, we will be on the ballot and they won't fuck with us ever again. Just don't yell, do it! Good luck.
Jack, hurrah! Give it up!
In between the blues, there are good days and bad days, with everything and nothing to lose. Well, the setting sun never sits, and the night knows no limits. The void between freedom and free, dealing with the unnatural reality, a need to see, a need to be, grass fire. My DNA needs THC. In the unnatural reality, been trying to maintain, while the sane appear to to be clearly insane with no way to explain. Outlasting the great lie, a sparking spark does my mind. Grass fire, pulling the sky, breathing in sativa's design. The void between freedom and free, dealing with the unnatural reality, a need to see, a need to be. Grass fire. My DNA needs THC. Among the broken times, little white games we play, imprisoned in what we believe. The road to nowhere doesn't know what to achieve. Dreaming of long times past, all that those times brought. Looking to the heart of tomorrow. Grass fire in a world that yearns. That's the way these fires burn. In the void between freedom and free. Dealing with the unnatural reality. A need to see. A need to be.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, our homage to the herb. Please, everybody, put your fingers together and click them. And imagine that sacred stem. Put them both up. Now roll them. And now put them in the hands of someone else. And let's give an Om for Sativa.
Rise up, 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 spirit of Sativa, Shiva Shakti, ride the snake, rise up. spirit sense in me. Move our bodies, make them shake. Rise up, spirit of indica. Flow through us and make us whole. Rise up, spirit marijuana. Lift us to the rhythm of the soul. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Jump into the circle and take a hit. We got 7 kilos left, now it's no time to quit. We're going higher, higher, till our heart reaches the sky. Take another hit and you won't have to ask why. We get high, we get high, we get high. To the sky, high into the body, high for the soul. High to be alive, high to get home, high to be creative, high to chant and sing, high to dance like Reba. Let our spirits take wing. I jump into the circle and past that shade. The goddess wouldn't have it any other way. She gave us Summer of Hemp. Here I am. If we respect the mother, then we'll follow her will. For the earth, for the earth, for the earth. Oh, who gave us birth? She gave us running water of a crystal spring. She gave us breath of air, so our voices could sing. She gave us flame and fire. We're burning out of control. She gave us marijuana. Feed our bodies and souls. Jump into the circle. I 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 jump into the circle and take my hand. Mother Nature's calling, now we must make a stand. If not when, and if not us who, the goddess needs a help, she is counting on you. For the earth, for the earth, for the earth. Oh, earth's the word. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Rainbow Gypsy Theater. Come and see the rest of our show, 10:30 after the main stage. And don't forget, if you've got the heart for being a performer, if you have a dream, come and express yourself at the talent show on Sunday night at 10:30, where we open it up, a little bit of spotlight for each and every one of you until sunrise.
Let's have one big we love
And let's hear a round of applause for the gypsy musicians and dancers. Thank you.
Okay. All right, they're gonna start playing.
You know how upset he's gonna be, don't you? As a good friend.
Lead me, man.
You got it.
impossible. The power of one man committed to what he believed. He went up against a very formidable foe, the United States government. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man that made the medical marijuana law in California possible. Let's give him a big hand. Because, you know, he is the Rocky of the medical movement. And his name, I present to you the one and only, Dennis
This button will be legal in 5 seconds.
Here's the man that made medical marijuana legal in California. Put your hands together. Give him a warm welcome. Dennis
Holy shit. Doesn't it feel good we legalized marijuana in California? I always like to listen to my opponents, you know. I have an old woman that works for me. She's 78 years old. She was sent to me, she had glaucoma. She told me that if I love my enemies, I will win. And I used to tell her, I said, Hazel, how am I gonna love my enemies? It's so hard loving my friends. Loving my enemies? I know what she means now. Our enemies are so filled of hate and intolerance that when given the word, given the moment, they show who they are. And you know, during the Prop 215 campaign, all my enemies said, you vote for this initiative, you're gonna vote to legalize marijuana. That if you vote for this loosely worded initiative, you can have a hangnail and get marijuana. That if you vote for this initiative, anybody can read in a book that marijuana helps them and use marijuana. You know, they were right. And people voted for it. And we won. And you know, once I had a dream. And cancer who have been pushed out of our country and marginalized. I did it for them so they could have dignity and love. And now we stand on the threshold of a new America. The vote is in. We won. I know it's so hard for us to believe that we have won. Every time I think about our struggle, I think about the Civil Rights era. And in 1964, how a bunch of very brave people took to the streets of Alabama on a long march to Selma. And along that march, they were greeted by the Ku Klux Klan. They were greeted by hate and jeers, and someone was shot, and they threw things at them. And when they finally got to Selma, they had to cross a bridge. Before they crossed that bridge was Jim Crow and his dogs and his batons and his fire hoses. And the people tried to cross that bridge, and they kept going despite the Jim Crow. And that day, they were beaten. The dogs were sicked on them. Our long road to justice has also been painful. It has been
stealing our children, throwing us in jail, stealing our houses. We also have suffered. But I know, because of what we did in California, that we will get to that promised land. And that, you know, sometimes I feel kind of stupid. I have to legalize marijuana every day in my life. I must legalize marijuana. Yet every day, I'm surrounded with homelessness and hunger and despair and people with AIDS living out in the street and homeless families. And I think, shit, I gotta legalize marijuana with all these problems. I know we're never gonna get to the problems of America until we legalize marijuana. What we want for America is legalized marijuana and justice. Justice for America. And I leave you. I'm a child of the 60s. I worked against the war in Vietnam. I worked for rights, civil rights and justice and gay rights and women's rights. And I know all my dreams of justice are not going to happen in my lifetime. That I'm going to die and my dreams of America are not going to happen. But it is to the young people that I see out here that we leave a legacy, that we stood up in the face of great odds to change America, to make the country we love. It is for you that we leave this, complete our dreams. Thank you very much.
Dennis Perone, another big warm hand for our brother.
The Rainbow family asked me to make this announcement. We need a lot of help in cleaning up at the Rainbow site. It's right here in Oregon near Prineville. And for all of you who are there, we need your help cleaning up. There's a brother that everybody knows named Bam Bam. Where are you, Bam Bam? There he is. This is Bam Bam, and he's going to coordinate this. So please come and see him after the show. Thank you.
This is the Cannabis Cup.
I've watched my generation, who went for the legal marijuana. We would have gotten rid of alcohol and cigarettes and everything else from our lives if they would have just given us marijuana. But no, they had to hold on to this prohibition. And it's kind of funny. They make the safest one the forbidden fruit. And the real bad effect of making the safest drug the forbidden fruit is when the government lies to you about the forbidden fruit. You keep wondering, what else is the government lying to you about? And lo and behold, here in the 1990s, we look at that, we discover there's all kinds of things the government's lying to us about. And so we're here as hempsters today to give proof that this is an amazing plant, cannabis sativa, the useful hemp, and that we can make a vast variety of our needs from one plant in all of its various forms of fiber and seed and oil and nutrition and mind and body.
Can turn around and come up to a mother and say, you either cooperate and help us throw your husband in prison, or we are going to take your children and turn them over to the DPS. This is an abomination against the family. Just think, consider how many single mothers in this country may be single mothers simply because they don't dare live with the father of their children because they are afraid of having their door caved in and guns pointed at their children. A friend of mine had machine guns pointed at her little children with their safeties off. Where was the Child Protective Service when that was happening? We have a real serious problem here. And it goes to the spiritual roots. It goes to the equality. Equality to the basis of the fact that everyone under the Constitution has equal rights. Nobody can violate the Constitution, no matter what their supervisor, no matter what their teacher, no matter who pays them. This is not a reality here. And it's about time that we start making everybody aware that there is no special citizenry, there's no special government, there's no special industry that can be overlooked. We're looking for equanimity. And equanimity is part of spiritual growth and spiritual development. We are all part of God's creation. We all have to look at each other equally. And we all have to make sure that nobody is being suppressed and that nobody is given any greater for is that I am fighting for my religious belief of these sacraments. I'm also fighting for the medical use of these sacraments. All of this is all-encompassing. You know, for us to live in peace and harmony and to share this planet and live in oneness with this planet, that's my religion, that's my belief, and that's why I'm here. And I'm here to help inspire people that we have to continue to do this. What you're doing here in Washington is very, very important. In Arizona, they've gone against the will of the people. Legislatures have turned around and tried to change the will of the people. We had 2/3 of the vote in Arizona, and somebody said the people don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. And it's important that everybody here get in front of all the religious figures, in front of all the political figures, and to go to these people who are giving grief and resistance and educate them. Because only education, once they get educated and they understand what's going on, they're not going to be caught in the superficial brainwash syndrome that they're trying to hide and do. When people start realizing that they're getting manipulated, when people start realizing that their superiors and their supervisors are asking them to become a treasonous person and infringe on somebody's constitutional rights, which is the only treasonous thing in the whole Constitution, is that if you violate somebody else's constitutional rights, that person can sue you and you can go to prison. And it's up for everybody here to make people aware that when you mess with me, that's what you're going to be dealing with, because this is a requirement of the Constitution. And we want to make sure all those requirements are fulfilled. When Jesus sat before Pilate and they pulled out this gold coin, and he said, if you're the King of Kings and you rule the world, what about this coin? And that coin that he showed was a gold coin, but it wasn't just gold. It had a picture of Caesar on it. And he said, give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and give unto God that which is the kingdom of heavens. Now, I look at that coin as a picture of Caesar, as our government. And our government, under the Constitution, demands equality for all individuals, individual personal rights. We have the right to have our own faith, of our own belief, our own choosing. And we have that destiny, and nobody else can interfere with it. No individual is protected from it. There is no right to have a secret police. There is no right to have a secret war. This is not a war. It hasn't been declared a war. We don't need a DEA, and we sure don't need a czar in America. Thank you very much.
Looks like quite an unusually large presence of redcoats. Yeah, I agree there. Yeah. Shades of Germany in the 1930s? You tell me. There's a couple more. Okay, we'll start counting. We got 1, 2, 5 on horses. There's 2 on horses and then 3 more on horses right here. 2 more cops there. Let's see, so total number of troopers. Probably somewhere about up to 20 just here in this main area in front of the stage. I'd guess at least another 50 between here and the gate and in the parking lot next couple blocks up. Really disgusting. Must have seen about 10 arrests today. Oh, no, 15 at least. Think about it. I'm sure there must have been much more. Well, I bet a bunch of... You could rob a bank. Today would be the day to do it. Let's see, there's another 2 up there. They all seem to have a little different uniform. We've got your bike cops, your horseback cops. Yeah, I would say the mayor of Seattle is going to have some explaining to do.
Where the hell are you going? Huh?
Yeah, there's another one. Another 2. All right, we see those guys before. Oh, there's Ty talking with the Green Cross people. That's good. Well, we're just catching some of the last band here. Winding things down. Letting the folks at home see what the Hemp Fest 97 in Seattle was like this year. We've got our token oil tanker out there, showing us the way status quo likes things these days. Yeah, they just won't be happy until they destroyed everything. Yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. Of course, if you're a lawyer or a doctor and you work for the establishment, you might get to use one of those on the holidays. Okay, let's zoom in on the stage to the front of it. Woo. Quality. Oh, it's good down there. Look at things. Seattle's slimiest. They're the finest and the kindest.
offenses. In the federal system, 70% are there on drug law violations. Many of our federal prisons are holding twice their capacity. We have 132 federal facilities now. There's 15 under construction, 12 on the drawing board, and when these are completed, they will need 50 more. When those are completed, they'll need 70, and after that, they'll need 90. And it hasn't done anything to stop the flow of illegal drugs into this country. A recent RAND study has reported that it only increases it. The more we punish, the more drugs flood in. We've got a black market that has created crime in our inner cities. We have drive-by shootings. We have gang violence. The cost in dollars is staggering. The cost in lives has become immeasurable.
I think the hemp issue is a mainstream issue, and I want to talk about that today. For those of you who are concerned about the loss of your civil liberties from police oppression, I want to encourage you to take heart, and I want to talk about a way through this. First, let me tell you that the cops are really okay folks. They're only enforcing laws made by people who are a lot like you and me, who are concerned about the way the world is going. They're doing their will. Don't waste time engaging them. Go to their bosses. Help you, and you can help people like me become their bosses, and that's the answer. Now, I want to be very brief. I'm not running for office this year, so let me go through this as quickly as I can. People's minds change as they see new stuff. It's something about the species. No matter how adamant about they are about their positions, as they see new stuff, their minds change. Now, our friends on the police department may not come up with the conclusions we want them to have, but they can see the facts favor us, and they are intelligent folks and they understand. Also, they know that whenever they have to go on a call, the problem is not with marijuana users, it's with people who use alcohol. That's where all the figures are, and they're plenty smart enough to know this. Whenever you look at what happened I think we can take an instruction from 30s prohibition on some of the things that we can do about this. One thing I want to ask you in summing up is we want to encourage participation by women. The reason, if you look back at prohibition, is drinking was considered a man's vice that hurt women. Women got it on. They couldn't vote, but they got it passed. Women undid repeal. They had the same posters getting alcohol prohibition passed as they did for repeal. Help us protect the children. Guys, if a woman is helping us, please help her help us. It's our issue that guys are in jail. Anybody helping our young men stay out of jail?
Medicinal marijuana update to tell you what's going on in the country and locally. The background, of course, you've all heard that the medical use of marijuana dates back many thousands of years, and it was only 60 years ago, in 1937, we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of this wonderful legislation that outlawed marijuana for recreational, medicinal, and or industrial purposes, and it was done by a Congress that didn't even realize what they were doing. They didn't realize that the same plant that it produces hemp was the one that they were outlawing for its psychoactive properties. They enacted this over the objections of the American Medical Association because the American Medical Association thought that there might be some future uses of marijuana as a medicine. But some 8 years later, in 1945, under the pressure from the Bureau of Narcotics, which was then headed by Harry Anslinger, the AMA buckled under and joined the ranks of those who carry out the disinformation campaigns that vilify marijuana, and they use these vilifications to justify the harsh penalties by which the drug warriors prohibit the use of this mild, non-addictive intoxicant. Now, as a doctor, I can tell you that no medicine is completely harmless. Even aspirin kills anywhere from 500 to 1,000 patients a year from overdose or misuse. So in medicine, one balances the risks of a medicine against its benefits. Now, the risks have been falsely claimed and exaggerated beyond belief. But the studies that report
do something differently. I do know that as a mother, I am tired of having all my brothers and uncles and nephews and sons be threatened by incarceration for something that has so many benefits beside the attention that's being kept on just the drug aspect. Could it be that part of the prohibition on marijuana, hemp, is deliberate to maintain economic greed in this country? Could it be that a bunch of corporate, greedy, imperialistic capitalists want to keep the power in their hands and continue to focus the attention of hemp issues on just the drug aspect? That in doing that, the attention of all the industrial and economic purposes for this wonderful plant would be overlooked, and we could continue to maintain toxic waste and pollution in our atmosphere and ozone depletion because of some people's greed.
Don't let that thing blow away there.
Everybody here to the Arizona Rainbow Gathering. The national gathering is to be in Arizona next year, and for everybody to come down and join us at that. And also October 15th in Arizona, down in Tucson, Arizona, Arizona Normal is putting on a reggae festival, and everybody's invited. This is going to be harvest time of the year, and we would like to have everybody down there. Now in Arizona, the medical marijuana issue, sure, go to a doctor and get a prescription and stuff, but what they don't realize in Arizona, you don't...
Of all sales, canvas sales were cannabis sales. Canvas is the Dutch pronunciation of cannabis. So all that canvas they unfurled for 1,000 years until this century was a plant known as marijuana. It took 6 acres. A farmer or farms would have to produce 6 acres just to keep the sales going, and 6 more acres just to keep the ropes going each year for each ship of the line. In the 1790s and the 1810s, we had a ship called Old Ironsides. Old Ironsides that they just sailed again from Boston Harbor 2 weeks ago was a ship virtually made from marijuana. So 6 years ago, I went to Boston. Actually, it was 1990. I went to Boston to speak, and the government that keeps this information from you must fall. You must unelect these guys. You must run against these guys because they can't stand the truth. They cannot stand. They cannot ever fight these words. They can't prove it. $30,000 to prove a word wrong, and there isn't one man in this Capitol. There isn't one in Washington, D.C. that can refute or dispute a single word. So stand tall with your information. Get in people's faces. Because in the end, as you're getting in their face and you're saying over and over again what you're doing, you are teaching this person, and eventually this person will bless you and thank you for help saving them from the ignorance that this government wants them to have for their synthetic poison, end of all time religion called the economic capital. Nothing. I know it's hard to stay out there. Join.
Are these guys incredible or what? Let's hear it for them. The High Times Cannabis Cup Band. Woo! I don't think they could be any better unless all of y'all brought up a joint for each one of us. And in my life.
Call it a fate, call it a change of heart. For just this wheel on the face of the storm. A climate stance, a bit of a man. Take you, my friend, for the road. Since you're out of sand, the wind's over, voice is clear, waking the rise for Sunday to see. Call it goodwill, call it a change of life. The boy stays alive by the speed of his pants. The wings unfurl, the talent's curl, his guardian angel leaves nothing to chance. We got lifetime left. friend somewhere.
Real nice.
Yeah. But you did a really good job.
Oh, almost not. I just get banged up anyways. So did the door fly off, or did you just have to take that thing off? On the old race car, the 86? Did it fly off, or did you take it off?
I took it off. I figured you'd want it.
I thought it was in pieces. You figured I'd want it?
Yeah.
No, I forgot
Put it on your bus or something.
Yeah.
Tell everybody the story behind that door. Yeah, my friend Dave raced his car, smashed into the wall and gave me this door.
Pull out of the turn.
Yeah, steering broke. Fucking A.
Fucking A. Oh, are we on tape saying that?
That's right.
Yeah. Editing.
Yeah.
Double over. Okay. That's right, you totally dip over.
Have we seen who?
Well, it depends on what
Yes, I did see Crow. He was walking in that direction.
Gotcha, all the time.
Hi. That's Amy. My name is Mom.
Beth.
Kathy.
Beth, you're gonna need to sit down. I'm always afraid that the insurance is gonna fly back. Trusty pole pounder.
They're not my trusty pole pounder. And why is that old English malt liquor bottle up here?
We got the cheap bottle rockets out last night.
Right. Yeah.
Everything you drink up here, you need a fridge up here.
I should. There's a little bar, mini bar.
No, not a bar, just
You want something? I could get something.
iced mocha.
Oh man.
That sounds good.
On me? You want it? You think we want to?
Sure.
You don't want Chaz? Yeah, if it's on Ryan. Sure. Hey, I'll be back in a second. All right. Don't go anywhere.
You're the man, you know that?
You get off the bus, you don't
If
get
nobody ever tells you in your whole life, we'll be telling you, you are the man.
You guys, take your time. Be right up to you.
I already got, I got a picture of some other freaks, but I'll take a picture of these ones too. Vampires. Half of her hair is red and half of her hair is black. make up her mind that day at the salon, I think.
Fishbones are coming. Give it to them one more time. Sand Trickster.
I'm very honored to bring up a woman who is a longtime activist in Oregon. She's the founder of Mothers Against Misuse and Abuse. She's an Oregon resident who doesn't want this new recriminalization of marijuana in effect. So she is helping to run a referendum to stop this new law in its tracks. And she has a lot of incredible support. Jack Herrera, Stephen Gaskin, and hopefully all of you. So please welcome Sandy Burbank.
What a great crowd. My name is Sandy Burbank. A lot of people call me Mama, and I want to tell you right now that Mama loves you, every one of you. We don't hate you like the government. We're not letting you down like the governor did. Now, y'all know what the governor says, but I just want to read a real quickie so it's clear. Governor John Kitzhaber said, I am announcing that I have signed House Bill 3643, which will recriminalize possession of less than 1 ounce of marijuana. Read, any amount of marijuana, moving it from a violation to a Class C misdemeanor punishable by a maximum of 30 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. He did in his press release sort of offhandedly mention that if you're caught with any amount of marijuana, you will automatically lose your driver's license for 6 months unless you plead guilty to possession of marijuana, which is different than diversion for alcohol or any other drug. And you have to complete a diversion program and plug into the urinalysis system program for what, a couple of years. It's a bad, bad scene. But you know what? I was down there for all the hearings. I saw who was there, and Governor Kitzhaber goes on to say what the real issue was. It wasn't about marijuana. It wasn't about the message to children. It wasn't about health. The issue was, and this is a quote from his press release, it leads me to believe that this measure has less to do with possession of marijuana as it does with expanding the powers of search and seizure for Oregon law enforcement agencies. Okay? So, we're here to ask your help. I have lots and lots of heroes, and I'm going to read you some real quick, and then I'm going to introduce you to my heroes and your heroes. I have a place called Goose Hollow in Mosher. I raise geese. I want to tell you a little story about geese because the geese flying around here are telling us something, and we need to look up at what they're telling us. First of all, when geese fly in a V formation, you might consider what science has discovered as to why they fly that way. As each bird flaps its wings, it creates an uplift for the bird that flies immediately following it. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock adds at least 71% greater flying range than if each goose flew on its own. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and resistance of trying to go alone. We've all felt that. And quickly, it gets back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power of that bird in front. When a head goose gets tired, and those of us that have been the head goose know what it's like to be tired, It rotates back in the V formation and lets another goose fly point. It is sensible to take turns doing demanding jobs with people or with the geese flying south. And you know, the geese that are behind, you know what they do? They honk. They honk encouragement. They say, "You're doing a good job. Keep it up. We're here with you." That's what those geese in the back say. And finally, and this is the important part, when a goose gets sick or it's wounded by gunshots and falls out of formation, 2 other geese fall out with that goose and follow it down to lend help or protection. They stay with the fallen goose until it's able to fly or until it dies. And only then do they launch out on their own and with another formation to catch up with their group. We need you out there leading. We need you out there honking in the back. We've got 3 things we're here to ask you to do. The first thing is you need to sign the Oregon referendum to recall this recrim law that will go into effect in October. You have to do it before the end of September. Secondly, you need to send money. Now, you got to live in Oregon to sign, but you don't have to live in Oregon to send money. And no matter what happens, this law is going to affect everybody in the United States, and believe me, probably beyond, because we're already doing it out there. And thirdly, we're here to ask you to please sign up to petition. Get those petitions and take them home. Get out there and get those signatures. We can't stand around talking about what we're going to do. We got to finish it this summer. Now, I want to introduce you to my heroes. First of all, would you please welcome William Condi, who put this all together. William. And behind him, we've got John Zimmer and Fred Arthur. They're the chief petitioners for this referendum. Norm Majors. Norm is from Eugene. He's the man they tried to take his place away, but he fought back. Stephen Gaskin is joining us here today because he thinks this is a really important issue nationally. Elvie Musica has come here from Florida because she thinks this is totally important. Joanna McKee is here. She's with Green Cross in Seattle, and she's here to say she wants to help. Jack Herrera, y'all know Jack. Jack's here. He's going to help us. Conrad is? He's here from California. We like the Californians on this one, don't we, guys? John Sajel led the Oregon Marijuana Initiative from 1981 to 86. We lost them, but we're not going to lose this time. Paul Stanford is here. Paul's running his own initiative, and we've all come together because we all want y'all to help us, and we're all here to show unity. Barry Joe Skull, Cannabis Institute. He's here because Barry's worked with us on these initiatives for years. Is there anyone else? Nikki Norris, she runs Human Rights 95, which talks about the human rights violations going on with this war on drugs. Don Wirtschafter is here from Kentucky because Kentucky knows that this is going to affect him here in Oregon. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed. Ohio, how could I possibly get that wrong? And of course, Sativa is with him. Chris Iverson's over in Switzerland doing miracles and doing stuff in Portland, Oregon, too, and he's here. Have I left anybody out? Vivian McKee is here. McKee, sorry. Seattle Hemp Fest. What day is that? Seattle Hemp Fest, yes. What day? What day? 24th of August, Seattle. 23rd of August, Portland. Y'all be there. Help us get signatures. Help us, you guys. Send the money. sign the petition and take those petitions home. Now, we got these buckets here. We got people all out in the crowd that are helping us too. We're going to pass through the crowd. You reach in your pocket and you think in your heart. You think about what you're going to put up in smoke. We'll pay petitioners to work later, but you got to help us sign. You got to give us some money because it takes money to do this. There's people in the crowd. Let's start circulating, and we're going to come out and help do that. I'll tell you what, back there at the front gate, there's a table with a flag. If you want to sign a petition or get a petition, that's where you go. Thank you all for being here, and thank these people for joining me. Thank you.
There it is. It has risen. Yeah! Mother Earth, Father Sky, the whole universe is dancing. It's called Mahalila, the great play of the universe, and we are all part of this play. All the world is but a play. Be thou the joyful player. Maya. Can you say Luna, Luna, Luna? Moon that's shining, moon that's healing. Luna, Luna, Luna. Luna, Luna, Luna llena. Means full moon. Luna, Luna, Luna llena. Luna, Luna, Luna. And that's like a really crazy city, you know, so I was writing about that, sitting in the county building and sitting on the waterfall in Maui, so I combined them together. In Maui, in a nightclub, and this surfer dude brought singing about more beer. And right across the ocean in between the seashore I'm standing on, and that island over there is a shark pit. I'll go diving in and risk my life like an evolving evolution into an institution of peace and tranquility. Look at me, broken like a Twiggy with a bump on the front, and a red rock star mushroom with a black hole in the top. All because I'm in the city now, but I can still remember vividly how the water ran down the technicolor roots of the big spider tree and the eucalyptus tree that's just hanging over me. And everything is breathing so enormously right along with me. There's a living room over there in between those four trees that makes a four-cornered space where someone or something used to live once upon a day. And even though there are the barred windows made of bulletproof plexiglass to protect the asshole social workers who seemingly don't give about the rejected homeless man that didn't want to be searched at the electronic gate at the entrance of the county building, he kept asking for his papers and forms back from whence he had just left at the social worker's desk. I'll be right back. I left my ID card in my car, in the seat, in the back, says Mr. Homeless. And a few minutes later, the homeless interviewee comes back surprised and felt under attack by the security cop guard who wouldn't let him back in the social worker's desk, where he left his county WIC papers sitting. But I just left but a couple of minutes ago. Mr. Lopez, my social worker, said that I could come right back on through and he would let me have my papers complete. Then it'll be the last time in a long time I have to deal with the hideous likes of you, you pig devil you, he says in his mind. Of course, the insecurity guard flaunted his power in a monster sphincter kind of like a way.
with his onlooking peers and with Billy Club.
Let me hear you say, full effect. Well, we encourage you to burn the holy nut stalk.
Yeah. Nutmeg music. Hey, y'all. Dig it. This song we get ready to play is about the behavior.
Encourage you to burn the holy nut stalk.
Yeah. Nutmeg music. Hey, y'all. Dig it. This song we get ready to play is about the behavior control technician. We want to vote no to the behavior control technician because we want to keep our marijuana to where we can smoke it and wear it when we want to. That's why we want to vote no to the fucking behavior control technician. We want to vote no to Proposition 187 because you know that's some racist bullshit. The Indians were here before anybody goddamn else, so how to come fucking you ain't gonna let them over the border? We want to vote no to the behavior control technician. We want to vote no. Yeah. No. One, two.
Kitchen. Help, she said. She must have shot up a spoonful or more because when she woke up was on the forest shore. Hi-de, hi-hi. Hi-de, hi-hi. Ho-de-ho, ho. Watching Peggy fly by through the sky. She landed in a crack between tick and tock in a land as cold as the frozen clock. What's the next verse? It was colder than the pole, colder than the moon. What the hell she said? What the hell she said? Let's do another spoon. Oh, hi-de, hi-hi. Watching Peggy fly by through the sky. What's my next line here? Shot her past the moon. Far out into space. No lawyer alive. No lawyer alive. Would take Peggy's case. Would take Peggy's case. Let the cosmic winds. I let the cosmic winds. She was whipped and lashed. She was whipped and lashed. And at the height of her high. And at the height of her high. Was when Kate. Oh, poor old Peggy cried. Crash. Crash. Hi-de, hi-hi. Watching Peggy fly by through the sky. When she came down, let me tell you what she did. Tell it, brother. She shot her dog. Oh, no. Then she shot her kid. No, not the goat. She took a pack of matches down off in the shelf. Set fire to the house, and then she shot herself. Oh, hi-de, hi-hi.
with her beautiful whirling. Wow. Is there...
We will smoke pot. We will smoke pot.
Under distress. We don't see about hemp. Under distress.
It's 4:20 and it's time for the Cannabis Cup Band. Put your hands together.
Good afternoon, relatives. It's taken many years for myself to look at it that way. But you have all helped me with that healing process that has touched my heart. I look around this circle and I see all the colors, the tribes of the world, a vision that we've had for many years, our ancestors have had. And we are part of that history. Welcome to the 1997 Cannabis Extravaganza. And what's so beautiful about it is each and every one of you that carry that spirit of freedom, that have the courage to think about what our ancestors have died for, given their lives, and how it's so important that we have that courage to stand up for our children. So I want to reach out to each and every one of you and say, welcome. Bienvenidos, all my relatives from the South. And I hope this is a point of healing, a new place in our life that we can look forward. I give thanks for Dennis Perot and all these relatives that have sacrificed and are in prison now. Let's not forget them. Let's honor them in a good way. But also try to give them some support wherever they are. Find their addresses, connect with them. Send them mail. Let them know that you love them. Make things easier like that.
To play the glove
peace now. The globe, peace now. Globe, peace now. Globe, peace now. Globe, peace now. Now on to peace. If you get the message, today, carry the four direction to bring back home. Tell our future generation want now peace. Thank you.
You guys got a break and go back. Oh, here comes the circle, John. You're never going to get out of here.
Good evening, relatives. I say good evening, relatives. This is really a beautiful event. To see all the colors of the circle. I mean all the colors. And that's what makes it so beautiful. As the cultures coming from the four directions, and our ancestors as they stand next to us, to guide us, to help us understand that we are all part of creation, that we are spirit, we are energy, and how beautiful it is to see these smiling hearts. I wanted to share a little bit of history about this Peace Bowl. On the longest walk for survival years ago that the American Indian movement organized, which was really an honor to be there, there was a vigil done in front of the White House for 3 days. And that's when Carter was still president. We sent a message to the White House to see if we seek sanctuary on the front lawn where people can go and pray for peace. And this pole was honored with Native Americans and other relatives also who touched this pole and carved different insignias from different tribes. It's like a seed of peace.
Spiritual youth.
believe the boys from Ashland are here. Their music has spread far and wide. The anthem almost...